Are you ready?
I've been ready.
Don't give me any of your crap.
Come on, we're wasting people's time.
Hi there. Thanks for diving into Two Peas, Same Pod, the humorous podcast of family unity that proves we're all in this comedic roller coaster of life together. Here are your hosts, the father and daughter duo, Eric and Tovah Weinstein.
Hello, welcome to Two Peas, Same Pod.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! A father-daughter podcast
Father-daughter.
featuring me, Eric Weinstein, and my daughter,
Tovah Weinstein.
Welcome. Thanks for joining us again for this new episode.
Thank you, new listeners, too.
Appreciate some of the feedback we're getting online via email, etc. Anybody wants to share some thoughts on Two Peas, Same Pod, you can find our email address. It's eric@2peassamepod.com or Tovah at 2peassamepod, and that would be the number 2peassamepod.com. Like when you're eating peas from a pea pod.
No, when you go to the bathroom and you don't pee, it's number one. It's not number one, but it's number
2.
Thank you.
Okay, jeez. That was a challenge. So welcome, thanks for joining us, and this is sort of a free-form podcast about father-daughter nothingness.
I know.
We did have a serious discussion in our last episode, but here we are today.
Maybe a little more unserious, hopefully.
So Tovah has a list of things she throws at me.
Just gonna throw them.
Totally unexpected. I have no idea what's coming.
Did you see that video I sent you of Troderman on Instagram?
Was he playing the guitar or something?
Yeah, you clearly didn't watch
I saw
the video.
outside. All I saw was a quick pan.
He was like playing with his band on like the top of one of the houses on the main street in Amherst. So like when people were driving by for Blarney, they were like playing.
That's
and
what
stuff.
it was. So that's like the Beatles.
He's pretty good at.
Oh, he's excellent.
Yeah, he's really good at.
He performed
the
with
guitar.
Gene Simmons from Kiss, the rock band Kiss.
Yeah, he's really good. And then the video they like zoomed in on his like finger. And he was going crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's like the Beatles on top of the Abbey Road studios back in the 60s or the early 70s.
Yoko Ono.
Well, we talked about her.
Yesterday, all my troubles.
She had nothing to do with that.
Far away.
But we did talk about how Aunt Jan and Uncle Alan were friendly with
We
Yoko
did.
and John, which is kind of cool.
I was referring
I'm
to
only 3 degrees away from every Beatle.
2 of them are dead, no?
Yeah, the old joke used to be, what's going to take to reunite the Beatles? 3 more bullets. Now just 2. But
I
I'm
just saw the video of JFK getting shot and killed.
Ooh, I don't like going. Yeah, do not see the movie JFK with Kevin Costner because
Why?
they show like the real photos when they bring him to the hospital.
Is this like brain blown open?
Half his head's gone. Yeah.
Yeah, and her, what is it? Her outfit's in like a museum, right?
Yeah.
With the blood on it.
I don't know.
They need a good dry cleaner. We have
Who?
good dry
The
cleaner.
president
Yeah.
needs a good. I'm sure the president has a good dry cleaner.
We have good dry cleaners we can recommend.
That would be Royal Cleaner in Framingham.
And how long have we been loyal customers of theirs?
Decades.
Yeah, I think, that's like OG. They should have like little stamp cards for visits.
For every 10 visits, get a shirt cleaned for free or something.
Yeah, something like that. That'd be good marketing.
Yeah, they also have tailoring there, which is where I get my pants shortened.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Right in the right-hand side.
I didn't know that you get your pants shortened.
Okay, so what else you got? Come on. Bring
I
it.
got that my new 13th reason. Something's going on with the Amex Lounge. I asked Josh about this when we were at dinner the other day.
Yeah.
He starts talking and then I sometimes like zone out. But I asked him, I saw on TikTok that this woman went to the Amex Lounge and then they wouldn't let her in. She said she got denied because she didn't have like any upgraded seat. Apparently.
Yeah, but that's not for us.
I think she said she had the platinum card.
I went and looked at the actual Amex site.
Okay.
Basically, since we all have the card, we all have the access.
Yeah.
It's whether you qualify for like certain guest levels and complimentary guests versus paying for guests.
Oh,
and
so
things
maybe
like that.
she was bringing someone else.
I don't know what the
lounge.
circumstance with her was, but we still have our access.
Okay,
Don't worry.
then
Don't you worry.
I was about to go on this whole spiel. Remember, here we go. So we went on the cruise. This is our most recent cruise that we went
so
on.
about 14 months ago.
And they just love making our flights after our cruise literally the latest flight you can get out of the airport.
No,
they love doing that.
No, I don't love doing
love
that.
it.
I don't.
They love it. So
but
we
it's what
spend
we
the
got.
whole day in the airport. We spend every second in the airport because they take our luggage from the ship.
Yeah.
And so you're stuck with your carry-on. So what are you going to do? Just like, I don't know. So you kind of have to go to the airport. But our disembarkation time was...
We had like one of the last.
7:45.
No, we had one of the last ones. It was like 9 or 9:30 because we were on one of the last buses to the airport.
Okay.
But yet our flight wasn't until 8.
Yeah.
I think our flight was earlier, but it got delayed. I think we were at
because I
6:30 and it got delayed till 8.
whatever the case was. And so we go through security, and it was a zoo there that time, right? Another cruise had just gotten off at the same time.
It's always a zoo at the Fort Lauderdale airport. But let me say, in Boston, they'll let you into the lounge.
Oh, yeah.
They
You
don't
could
care.
be, like, literally, like, homeless to let you in.
But in Florida, apparently they were imposing the 4-hour rule.
But this trip made me hate Florida because this is the same trip where I got stopped for my empty grinder. Okay, people, the story that we talked about.
And you've had other bad experiences in Florida.
Oh yeah, I got a UTI. I went to urgent care, and then I was down there to see my papa, and he thought it might be contagious, so I went right back on that plane home.
Oh yeah, you were so angry.
I was upset. I was like, I came down all to see papa, and then I got a UTI, and I know you can't transmit UTIs.
But he was worried.
Yeah, he was worried. Rest his soul. I think I was upset because I was like, this is probably one of the last times I get to see him, and I have a UTI, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so Florida's the scum of the earth. I think my flight, we changed that flight so I could go back early. Something happened with I was supposed to be on Delta, so I was going to be able to like hang out in the lounge, but my flight ended up, we boarded, and then we unboarded, so I hated that whole airport experience.
Yeah.
And so
That was in
anyway,
Tampa, though.
we get to the airport like 9 hours early. I walk right into the Amex lounge just thinking like we'll be able to like relax. I have Wi-Fi. My Clash
Clean
Royale.
bathrooms?
Yes, my Clash Royale on my iPad wasn't loading while we were on the ship. So I was like, I finally get to play my game.
Tragic.
Like, I finally get to play my game. And we walk up and we're like, oh yeah, hand them the ticket, hand the Amex. And she was like, oh, sorry, our policy changed. Now we only let people in the Amex lounge. It was 3.
Was it 3? Okay.
It was 3.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It was 3 because we couldn't get into 5.
3 hours before your flight. I'm pretty sure we got to the Boston lounge more than 3 hours early because you guys love to be early for your flights. But that's one of the perks. We get to just sit in the lounge. We're on time for our flights. We get to the gate like 10 minutes before they board, so we don't have to sit with the coughing commoners. It's perfect.
See, that's the point. I don't like that feeling of being late, that feeling of worrying about being late, that panic.
Yeah.
So I like to get to the airport early. So it was nice in Boston.
That's your OCD.
It is. That's nice about having lounge access, that you can just walk right into a lounge. Yeah. Free food, free beverages, clean bathrooms,
Coffee.
and nobody coughing all over you.
Yeah, it's nice. But no, 3 hours before your flight. So I was like, since when was this a new rule? She like gave me some attitude. And you were like, I think I was being a little nasty.
Yeah,
because we had just gone through like security, and I was like, when was this gonna be was anyone gonna tell me when they enforced?
They don't do this
policy?
in Boston.
I know. It was like, we just flew from Boston, and this policy wasn't enforced then. And then I logged on to like, I think like the Amex like customer service lounge access.
This is such a first world problem.
I know. I was like, this is literally, I sound terrible even talking about
You
this
do.
right now.
You do.
But we had to sit in that airport, and then we're like next to airport sushi restaurant. We had to sit 6 hours until we could even spend another 3 hours in the same airport, just in a different part of it to catch our flight.
With clean bathrooms.
So don't ever travel to Florida. Florida freaking sucks. Florida's actually terrible. And I think I had just gone to Fort Lauderdale with Nick.
Oh, yeah, that you had gone junior year. Then
we
went
went
on
to Fort Lauderdale twice.
Hold on. Then you went to Fort Lauderdale your junior year for spring break. Then we went through Fort Lauderdale for that cruise in January. And then you went back to Fort Lauderdale to take the same ship
Yeah.
2 months later.
Yeah. Okay.
And I think actually, and in that case, I think the timing worked out, and we actually paid for Nick to have lounge access with you so that you guys could go up to the lounge.
But now, would that not be the case?
Now I'm not exactly sure how it all works, but you also have Premier Pass access.
What about the, what's that lounge called? You know.
Oh, the Centurion Lounge.
Centurion.
We don't have any airport that we go through that has a Centurion
Doesn't
Lounge, though. I think Tampa does now.
Yeah, Tampa does.
But we haven't been there since they opened
What
that. Hey, go easy, they kill her.
That's so rude.
All right, so what else you got?
I got Kate Middleton's missing.
I don't know if she's missing.
Oh, she is missing. She was last seen December 28th at 6:30 heading towards King Edward Hospital. 19 days later.
I think just recently, like within the past week, not her photo that she posted allegedly that was photoshopped.
Yeah, she posted a picture with her kids that was photoshopped that the British news outlets posted, and then they took it down. That's like unheard of. Like they don't usually like take it back. They reached back out to her saying, "Can you submit another photo?" And she was like, "Oh, I edited it, blah blah blah."
Did she? Did she
No.
really?
And
Yeah, it was
so
edited
she
by
said
inserting
that
her
she
face.
was admitted for abdominal surgery, but people are saying that Sarah Rose Chamalito, do you know her?
I have no idea what you just said, but
But
okay.
apparently there's rumored to be a mistress of Prince William, so that's like kind of going on right now, and they're thinking this is going to be like a whole Princess Diana. Kate's been absent for 2 months. No one's seen her.
Well, I thought the paparazzi caught her leaving the palace the other day with him in the back of a car. Maybe it was a
I
body
wrote
double?
these notes. I don't know. I wrote these notes on Sunday.
I don't know. Has he seen his wife? Why would he be cheating on her? It's
She
like
was-
Christy Brinkley's husband downloading porn. Has he seen his wife?
Chrisley Brinkley.
Remember, we talked about that several episodes back about
I
how...
just know that I think is that Chrisley knows best.
No.
Oh,
Christy Brinkley.
I didn't know that one.
Anyway, she used to be married to Billy Joel.
Okay. Anyway, what's up with this House of Representative vote that passed that TikTok's going to be abolished?
You know, I'm not a big TikTok fan. I would love it if they got rid of your TikTok.
I can't because he says that he's not a TikTok fan, and then I peek over, he's on Instagram Reels. That is They just take TikTok videos and put them on Instagram. You know that?
I don't think so.
Go say goodbye to your dog videos. Yeah.
Clarence, my buddy Clarence, the black lab.
Wait, apparently there's a controversy about the dog at the Oscars.
Oh, what about his name is Messi?
People are saying that he snubbed a seat from someone.
Oh, I don't know. I thought it was funny.
would've won a dog at the
If you had hung around to the very end of the Oscars broadcast, the funny thing was they showed Messi pretending to pee on Matt Damon's star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame because Kimmel and Damon have this friendly feud going on. They each like punk each other. And so that was like Jimmy Kimmel's little punk action at the end. It was very funny.
Who's Messi's owner?
I don't know.
Well, we need to find them.
That dog was funny. I thought that the dog was clapping at one point. That
but apparently there's controversy. But who wouldn't want to?
Yeah, who doesn't want a dog there?
Oscars?
Come on.
Apparently.
I'd rather have the dog than Will Smith.
Let me show you. Free People just came out with new shorts, and let me just show you.
Yeah, this is great for a podcast where nobody can see what's going on. You're showing me pictures, but you haven't showed me anything
They
yet.
said micro shorts are the trend of the summer.
For women or men?
For both.
No way. Micro shorts. Yeah.
The other day when we were at dinner for Josh's birthday,
Yeah.
Josh was supposed to go to dinner with Grammy, but Grammy ditched on him. So we took him out to dinner. But I dropped on everyone that me and Nick got some concert tickets.
Yeah. Who's the clown you're seeing?
Zach Bryan.
So she got these concert tickets. Now she's going to be paying for her own car insurance.
No,
and her own
I'm
gas.
not. I saved. I haven't spent any money of my own paycheck to put aside and do something.
No, because
I
you're always
want.
spending our money.
But this is something that I want to do.
Okay, I want you to pay for your car insurance and gas. So that's what I want you to do.
But these tickets were
Expensive. Very.
Are they?
For some clown I've never heard of?
I dropped it on them, and I couldn't actually tell if they were actually shocked. Well, me and Nick with ticket insurance just in case it gets canceled. I think it was $1,200 and change.
That is insanity.
I know.
I don't
if I
know
got
of
them when they first went on sale, they probably wouldn't be like. I had to get them on Ticketmaster, and they bump up the prices and stuff.
I will say that I don't know of any band out there right now that I would be willing to pay to see at that level.
And the kicker is Nick doesn't even like country.
Oh my God. Shout out to Nick.
Yes,
what is wrong with you?
No, he loves me. He loves Zach Bryan. I listened to Zach Bryan throughout the night to fall asleep to instead of my Joseph anymore. And
There's a Technicolor Dreamcoat soundtrack.
you know what that reminds me of? Watching, I think we talked about this already, but watching just movies of the same movie on repeat.
Yeah, over and over again.
Because the Sky High clip just popped up on my TikTok.
Oh, yes.
See, if TikTok gets abolished, we won't be able to reminisce on memories like this. But we were laughing about how at the end, what's the evil thing's dark something? But the enemy, the whole thing is that they shoot a gun and it turns the the people into babies.
I think they call the pacifier. Or
yeah,
something.
there's just like a million they're loading babies like onto a bus, and they're like, "Wah, I got your baby." Like what?
Sky
That
High,
movie was so
another
funny.
all-time classic.
Cousin Greg.
Cousin Greg from Succession.
Can't you see it? He's glowing.
Oh, he's
Sidekick.
His superpower, his special superpower is he glows.
Okay, but that came in handy when they were in the vents.
That's true, but now I think we just gave away the whole plot.
No? How? People can't put two and two. I fell asleep during Dune. Let's talk about Dune.
I don't want to talk about Dune. I have no interest in Dune because who's in Dune? Timothy Chardonnay.
Oh my God. I can't watch anything with him in it. Like, he has one of those faces you want to punch.
He does. He just has a puss.
I can't believe him. You know who was dating?
Zendaya.
Kylie Jenner.
Oh, I knew that.
That is vanilla. That is very vanilla.
I don't know. Why would he want to be in any of the Jenner Kardashian?
No, I'm saying for her. Like, he's so vanilla.
He's just so whatever.
I don't like him.
I have zero interest. It's like him.
Is he the main star of Dune? He is,
Yeah,
right?
he is the
He's
star.
like well, we started watching it, and he's like the son of something, and
Yeah.
like, I don't know.
I have no interest. But like for
Popped
actors,
up out of somewhere.
it's
He's
like
an industry plant. He like literally popped out of nowhere. He's Willy Wonka. He's Dune.
he just has this look in his face. Same thing with like Miles Teller. I am not a Miles Teller fan.
Okay. I'm not really either. That actually.
It's kind of because we're two
Miles
P's.
Teller, and then who else kind of has? But who else is like one of those people you want to like kind of punch in the face?
That's our new topic here.
Yeah.
Who you want to punch in the
Punch
face?
that face.
Tom Haverford. What's his name?
Oh my God, Aziz Ansari.
Not a fan.
Isn't he a pedo? He's like
No. But he was like
He was
like a predator a little bit, but somebody his own age. Allegedly, I don't want to throw him under the bus.
he
totally.
roofie people.
No, that's Bill Cosby.
I loved Bill Cosby and Fat Albert.
Yeah, but
Hey! Get out of my way!
okay.
That movie was so good. And I'm gonna sing a song for you. Do,
All right.
do, do.
You know that Fat Albert and the Cosby Kids was developed as Bill Cosby's doctoral dissertation topic.
Really?
Yeah, at UMass when he was at UMass.
What? Like, he just created.
He created that cartoon and that whole thing about life lessons and whatever, and because his doctorate's in education, and he did
Yeah,
it.
education.
Yeah,
Yeah, he educated himself on all the ages.
I guess he also educated himself on what it's like to be in prison.
Is he in prison?
He was. He's out
Surprised
now.
he hasn't killed himself.
No, he's out. He's old. He's in his 80s.
So we got those concert tickets. I'm very, very, very excited.
All right.
Are we
I don't wanna
gonna
talk about that
address?
first world issue?
Are we gonna adjust the Oscars at all, or?
Well, we did a little snippet the other night.
We did.
So I'm going to put that up as a separate broadcast. I maybe already have by the time people are hearing this one. But I actually thought the Oscars were relatively decent yet informal. So I like Jimmy Kimmel. I like Jimmy Kimmel a lot. I think he's a good host. I think he's better than many of the other hosts that they've had in the past. I like him actually better than I like Billy Crystal. And I like the fact that they dropped those stupid like things at the beginning where like they put the host in a clip of the movies that are nominated. So Billy
They
Crystal.
did that. They put him in Barbie.
I don't remember that.
They literally put him in Barbie.
Don't remember.
That was like the first scene was him talking to Margot.
Oh yeah, you're right. So I like Jimmy Kimmel. I like his hosting style and his like sarcasm.
Yeah, wasn't his like kid in the hospital?
I don't know.
Yeah, he seems like a nice guy.
Oh yeah. His daughter had
Yeah.
a heart defect
Yeah,
when she
he
was
seems
born.
like
yeah.
a nice.
So I like him. I thought what was interesting is that in the Oscars in the old days, all the old actors and actresses would be there all dressed up in really fancy clothes. It was like the biggest night of the year for these people. And now you got Ryan Gosling with no tie and his shirt wide open.
John Cena.
John Cena, for that bit. But, then you get The Rock, who's not wearing even a tux.
I didn't see The Rock.
He came in presented. I think you may have bailed by that time.
I dipped so fast. It was like the buffalo chicken. just came in and
Buffalo chicken dip, yeah. I thought there were a couple of things that were too much. I know some people liked it, but I did not like when they would bring out 5 previous winners of the award to make tribute to each of the new nominees.
Halle Berry.
Not Halle Berry. What are you talking about?
Didn't they Meryl Streep?
Oh,
there
I think you're right.
I think there was like a woman one or something.
Oh, there were a couple of women one, both for best supporting.
I think it was supporting.
Every actor and actress category.
It was Divine. It was the category that Divine won for.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it was nice to see some of the previous winners, like Sally Field came out. You don't know who she is. Sally Field and Jessica Lange. It was nice to see some of these people, but it was just too much. It was too patronizing, I thought. And some of them were
it was like culty. It was like praising them who have won in the past.
What was weird is like some of them were over the top tributes and others were just like throwaway tributes. So it's hard to explain, but like somebody would say, "Oh my God, you inhabited that role and you had a vision and you executed that vision in a way that has never been done before, blah, blah, blah. I worship you. I stand at the altar of Mahershala Ali or whatever."
Wrap it up.
But then you'd get to the next person who would say, "Just did a fabulous job. I enjoyed watching your movie." And so it was weird. It was just
What
weird.
was up with people being mad at Emma Stone for like thanking her daughter or something?
I have no idea.
I don't know. There was some
That was a little bit
controversy.
shocking. I thought that woman, Lily Gladstone, I think is her name, from Killers of the Flower Moon. I thought that was the upset.
I think people thought she was going to win. People, I think, are happy that Emma Stone won because she like made the movie, but people said the movie without her wouldn't have been like anything.
Yeah, I'm not going to watch that movie. It seems just very weird. She's like a Frankenstein monster creation of Willem Dafoe, but she has a childlike brain and she has like this awakening, both sexual and otherwise, and it's just the weirdest thing. I do like some of the people in it. I like Willem Dafoe. I like Mark Ruffalo, but
Ruffy. Wasn't he in Friends?
Roofy. Shout out to our past episodes.
Why you a Debbie Downer?
What?
You're such a Debbie Downer because I'll send you like TikToks like that trend. Parks and Rec.
Don't like that trend.
It's like rip. I think I wrote one. It's rip Leslie with a love crumble cookie or rip Tom Haverford with a love Tesla.
It's like.
Or rip.
Hold on. None of these people are dead. And it's
their
like
characters are.
Okay, so their characters are dead, and we're paying tribute to what they might like in modern current time.
Yes, exactly. That's the joke.
Okay, but it doesn't resonate with me.
Why not though? We love Parks and Rec. Ron with a love to hating Taylor Swift.
I think he would have.
Yeah, because you resonate with that because we don't like Taylor Swift.
I just don't resonate with that whole line. I didn't like that trend when it was with Modern Family characters. I don't like it now with Parks and Rec.
Is rip Claire. She would have loved fitting an entire wine bottle into a Stanley for a walk. Or rip Alex. She would have loved the New York Times Wordle game. That one's like, why don't you like this trend? It's funny.
I don't know. It just doesn't resonate.
Rip Jay. He would have been so excited for this year's election.
He's just as old as the candidates.
Rip Joe. Florencio Joe.
Florencio, what did
he
they
would
say?
have loved self-checkout.
That doesn't make any sense. The kid was
He
little.
hates people. I don't know.
He was a little kid.
That one's funny.
Right.
Oh, can we talk about the blonde at my gym?
I don't know anything about this, but...
this will be our last topic for today. I'm in the locker room, and after I do my workout, I'd like to go in the dry sauna.
We've talked about that.
Not the steam room, the dry sauna. I was in the dry sauna. There was another older woman in there. I hear this screeching.
Oh, yeah, you did
from a
mention
kid.
This. Yeah.
And I'm like, what the hell is that? I look at the woman.
Because the dry sauna is your peace and quiet.
Yes.
Your
And
Zen moment.
I'm like looking at her with like widened eyes, like, you know how you do. And you're like, what? You're like, what is that? And you're like, oh my God. And so I'm at the sauna and I can see out the door and I see a child in a stroller just on their iPad, just sitting in the middle of the walkway.
And this is right outside the sauna.
This is outside the wet sauna. So the wet and the dry sauna are right next to each other. I'm in the dry sauna looking out the door. The wet sauna is right there. So I can see the baby in front of the door of the wet sauna. So I'm looking and I'm like, what the hell? People are walking around this baby.
How old is this baby?
This baby, I'm not joking, couldn't walk. Like it was in a stroller. The stroller was facing this baby, probably like 1.
Okay.
Can 1-year-olds walk?
No. They're learning to walk at that
Probably like 1. And so I'm sitting there. This baby's yelling on this iPad. You can hear the the audible iPad noise too.
Yeah.
Over the baby's yelling. You hear it.
Yeah. Okay.
And so I'm like, what the hell? Like, get this child out of... So I see this kid outside the dry sauna. They're making noise. I'm like looking at this other woman, still rolling my eyes. The door opens, and now the stroller is in front of the dry sauna. And this blonde walks in, just head held high, closes the doors, just staring at her kid. The kid's on their iPad, literally yelling. People are like walking around because it's the dry sauna, the wet sauna, and then when you take a left out of the dry sauna, it's the shower area. People are coming from the shower. After the shower, people are going to the shower. The baby is in front of the door, in the way, and it's yelling. The iPad's loud. I'm looking around. The mom comes in, just sits right back down.
In the dry sauna.
At the dry, the baby's still audible. The baby's still loud. I look at her. I look at the baby. I look at the woman. I look at my Apple Watch because it is 15 minutes, but I'm going to stay in the sauna just to see how long this mom sits in the sauna with her kid just out there screaming, disturbing everyone's peace. I'm going to wait. So I wait. She's there for like 5 minutes when someone else walks in. Oh, is that your baby? I look at her and I just leave this. I was so done. I go, is that your baby? Yeah, your baby's making a whole ruckus, causing a mother frickin' scene right now. Get her out of the song. Like, you can, it's just a piece of glass separating us. Just a piece of glass. And so
Is
I'm
it just a piece of glass?
Get your kid and leave the lock. Go to the family locker room. I'm so serious. They have a family locker room for a reason.
But no dry sauna in the family.
No dry saunas. So what? You have to sacrifice some things, but that's what you bringing your kid to the gym. You maybe know, oh, I probably won't have time to like go in the sauna if she's like being fussy. Like, oh, I'll take her out of here. Like, not just come on, people. The gym is someplace for people to relax and like get away from their kids. They have a kids academy. You can bring your kid there. You can go in the family room. It's not supposed to be disturbing other people's work. You know what? My membership should include no kids, a cost with no kids.
Okay.
They should not offer family memberships anymore. You know what?
Even though it's a family.
I'm going to write to Lifetime. Can you help me draft a letter?
I'm not drafting that letter.
Help me draft a letter.
I'm not. But that's why we choose Princess Cruise Lines when we cruise, because it tends to be less kid.
And they have like
friendly.
a separate pool area. I'm sure they have that on multiple on others. But
I'm sure
they have
they do,
like
but
they have like a nice bar and pool, separate hot tub and sanctuary area.
Yeah, I mean Royal Caribbean, Norwegian, and Carnival, they tend to be very kid friendly.
But I don't think they're very like they'll just let kids in the 18 and older like pool section. Like I feel like on Royal Caribbean, kids can go anywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Even if it's like off limits, like they'll just kids like think they can do anything.
But on Princess, you have that with the retreat or the
sanctuary.
The
yeah, the retreat is like the pool, and then the sanctuary.
Yeah,
is
so you
like
have the retreat. You have to be
cabana.
18 or older, or 21 or older to go in there.
You should show ID. You should show ID to go on the cruise trip. Who wants to be stuck on a floating boat with a child?
Plenty of people
See,
enjoy
if
that.
dogs can't go on, then.
Oh, there are
children
cruises that let you bring your dogs.
Really?
But yeah, they have an area like fake grass where they can poop and pee.
Are there cruises where you can smoke weed?
Probably not.
No, because now places are cracking down on it and like getting like Carnival has been like cracking down on it. Even Pendjamins.
I don't know what that
which is the vape pens that are bad.
No.
That are highly
I mean
concentrated.
it's terrible. Anything that has a flame or smoke or fire, anything that is an implement that would smoke is very high risk on a boat.
Yeah, I was like yesterday years old when I found out that any smoke, like even like if it's a barbecue, any smoke is bad for you to breathe in. Like I thought like it was just like tobacco or like nicotine. I don't know. I just thought like certain plants, like the smoke that came from them were like very toxic. I didn't know that like any sort of smoke from a fire, from a barbecue is bad for you to breathe in.
I don't know where you come from.
Dad, but I thought it was bad to breathe in secondhand smoke from
It is terrible.
a cigarette. You hear secondhand smoke the most relating to cigarettes.
Yes.
So I was like, okay, cigarette smoke is bad. Weed smoke, some may say is bad.
Yes.
Breathing it in
Some
secondhand.
may say.
But like outside of the fire, you're not wearing masks. You're roasting marshmallows. You're not thinking about that. People are just nonchalantly at their barbecue breathing in, like it. Back me up, listeners.
Okay, so on that note,
we're
going to sign off from this week's episode. This has been Two Peas.
Same pod, and let's try not to have the fire alarm go off at home and scare Franklin this week.
Until next time, America.
See you next Tuesday.
Thanks for listening to Two Peas, Same Pod, hosted by Eric and Tovah Weinstein. Please subscribe and join us next time as we continue to share humorous anecdotes, funny mishaps, and comical observations from our own lives.
Two Peas, Same Pod is produced by 1253 Studios, bringing always humorous and sometimes thought-provoking conversations to you through your favorite podcasting sites. Creative Content and Marketing Director Tovah Weinstein. Executive Producer and Chief Editor Eric Weinstein. Music by MBB. Find his work on YouTube by searching for MBB Music or at mbbmusic.com. Special thanks for the intro, outro, and trailer voiceover to Jordan Rich of CBS Boston Radio and Chart Productions, providing audio and voiceover recording and production, as well as podcast production and support. Visit Jordan at chartproductions.com. Funding for Two Peas Same Pod is provided by the Law Office of Eric Weinstein and listeners like you. Please consider subscribing and supporting this podcast. Until we meet again, this was Two Peas Same Pod, a 1253 Studios production.